gmna uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Saratoga Springs. Tonight we'll break down the record economic surge from the Belmont Stakes, preview the opening of Capital Region's first Costco, and take a quick look at the Tchaikovsky Spectacular this weekend. Traffic's clear, so let's dive in. Over to you, Diana.
The Tchaikovsky Spectacular Evening returns to Saratoga Performing Arts Center this Friday, featuring the Saratoga Symphony and guest soloist violinist Elena Rodriguez.
Tickets priced from $50 to $120 are available online and at the venue box office through next Wednesday.
The program includes Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony, the beloved Nutcracker Suite, and a surprise chamber piece commissioned by local composer Maya Patel.
Lots to get to, let's begin, and we'll dive straight into tonight's stories, starting with the community events shaping Saratoga this week. Here are our top stories. The Saratoga County Chamber of Commerce reports record economic gains from the Belmont Stakes, the Triple Crown race that wrapped up its 3-year run in June 2026, boosting local revenue. Russ Tedeschi has the full story.
June's report from the Saratoga County Chamber of Commerce shows the Belmont Stakes delivering the strongest economic boost the region has ever recorded. The 3-day race, now in its final year of a 3-year run at Saratoga, poured fresh revenue into local hotels, restaurants, and retail shops, according to chamber officials. They note that visitor spending spiked, filling hotel rooms and driving higher sales tax collections across the county. The surge also lifted employment numbers in hospitality and service sectors, with extra staff hired to meet the influx of fans. Chamber leaders say the numbers underscore the race's role as a seasonal engine for the local economy, topping previous years' performance. Russ Tedeschi, GMNA News, Saratoga Springs.
Tomorrow, Costco will open its first warehouse in the Capital Region, bringing the national retailer's bulk shopping model to local residents for the first time. The new store, whose exact address has not been released, promises a wider range of groceries, electronics, and home goods than many smaller markets currently offer. Officials say the addition could create dozens of jobs and give shoppers a single destination for bulk purchases, a convenience that has been missing from the area's retail landscape. While the opening ceremony details remain under wraps, Costco's signature low price guarantee is expected to draw crowds from Saratoga Springs, Albany, and the surrounding towns. The launch marks a notable expansion for the chain, which has long been a fixture in other parts of the state but has not yet set foot in the Capital Region.
The Adirondack Circuit Dog Show kicked off today at the Saratoga County Fairgrounds in Ballston Spa, bringing together the American Kennel Club, local owners and competitors for a 5-day celebration of canine talent. Hundreds of dogs ranging from sleek retrievers to spirited terriers will be judged in a series of breed-specific classes, while visitors can stroll the aisles to admire the variety of coats, tricks, and obedience displays. Organizers say the show, running through Sunday, adds a lively family-friendly attraction to the summer fair season and offers participants a chance to earn points toward national titles. Spectators can also explore food vendors and crafts scattered across the fairgrounds, making the event a full-day outing for dog lovers and casual fans alike. The competition remains underway each afternoon, with awards slated for each evening.
Airway Meadows Golf Club in northern Saratoga County opens the 2026 season this spring, offering discounted play packages to attract golfers and boost club visibility. Talia Whitcomb has the full story.
Airway Meadows Golf Club is kicking off the 2026 season with a slate of discounted play options for members and visitors alike. The course, set amid rolling fairways and mature pine borders in northern Saratoga County, will open its doors this spring. Golfers can choose from reduced green fee packages, twilight rounds, and bundled lesson deals designed to draw new players to the club. Club officials say the promotions aim to boost participation as the season begins, offering affordable access to the 9-hole layout and its practice facilities. The club also highlighted recent upgrades to its tee boxes and a new clubhouse lounge, ready for the first swing of the year. Talia Whitcomb, GMNA News, Saratoga Springs.
9 upstate companies have earned nominations for the 3rd annual Coolest Thing Made in New York contest, a competition that showcases the most inventive products emerging from the state. The nominations were announced this week from the capital region, highlighting the breadth of creativity pulsing through our own backyards. Organizers say the contest aims to shine a spotlight on regional ingenuity and give homegrown inventors a platform to reach a wider audience. While the companies remain unnamed for now, each has submitted a prototype or finished product that judges deem stands out for originality, functionality, and potential market impact. The competition will roll out later in the year, with finalists slated to be revealed in the fall and a grand winner crowned at a ceremony in early winter. This year's slate underscores how the upstate corridor continues to fuel New York's reputation for groundbreaking invention. Renegade just clinched the Jim Dandy Stakes, a thrilling win for local racing fans. Stay tuned for more. We will be right back.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Welcome back. Renegade captured the Jim Dandy Stakes at Saratoga Race Course on August 1st, delivering a dramatic late rally that clinched the win. The 4-year-old gelding, ridden by jockey Luis Martinez, surged from 7th place around the final turn, pulling ahead by a length as the crowd roared. The victory not only added a coveted Grade 1 title to Renegade's resume, but also locked the horse into the Traverse Showdown later this month. Trainer Karen Whittaker praised the horse's tenacity, noting the strong finish was exactly what the team needed after a modest early pace. Track officials confirmed the finish time of 1 minute 59 seconds, a respectable mark on the fast turf. With the Jim Dandy triumph, Renegade now joins the elite field set to contest the Traverse Stakes at the end of August.
Yesterday, the New York State Military Museum opened an augmented reality exhibit featuring 4 Saratoga battlefield figures, bringing the 1777 battles to life for visitors. Russ Tedeschi has the full story.
At the museum entrance on Lake Avenue, the New York State Military Museum and Veterans Research Center rolled out a new augmented reality display on July 30th, 2026. Visitors step in front of a sleek console and, through their devices, see 4 lifelike figures from the 1777 battles of Saratoga materialize on the floor. The holographic soldiers march, fire, and respond as patrons move around them, letting guests watch the clash from any angle. The exhibit sits within the museum's broader Revolutionary War section, designed to let history step out of the pages and into the present. Museum staff say the technology lets patrons experience the tactics and drama of the Saratoga campaign without leaving the building. Russ Tedeschi, GMNA News, Lake Avenue.
4 Alliance Saratoga wrestlers returned from Atlantic City this week with a double victory at the New Way Combat National Wrestling Championship. On July 21st, the student athletes stepped onto the mat and captured 2 national titles while also earning additional podium spots. Their triumph marks the club's first national crowns, showcasing the skill and dedication of Saratoga's youth on a broader stage. Coaches praised the competitors' focus and the support they received from families back home. The titles were earned in the heavyweight and featherweight divisions, adding to the club's growing reputation. The team's success will be celebrated at an upcoming school assembly, highlighting the pride they bring to the city's athletic community. The New Way Combat Tournament draws elite high school programs from the Northeast, making Saratoga's double win particularly impressive. The city's Sports Council will honor the wrestlers at a ceremony later this month.
City officials say Saratoga Springs is deep in a fiscal crisis as budget shortfalls continue to mount. On August 3rd, the Municipal Finance Office disclosed that underestimated expenditures and overestimated revenues have left the city running a sizable deficit. Former Commissioner of Finance Minita Sankvi testified that the shortfall stems from 4 years of miscalculations that forced the city to dip into its reserve funds. The depletion of those reserves has left essential services vulnerable and has prompted the finance team to draft emergency measures aimed at stabilizing cash flow. City leaders are meeting this week to explore options, including potential cuts to discretionary programs and a review of revenue projections. Residents can expect further updates as the administration works to restore fiscal balance. The council is also weighing a special levy to replenish the fund and keep core services such as police overtime, road repair, and library operations afloat.
In Ballston Spa, Air Force veteran Sergeant John Herkert received a salute from News Channel 13 on August 4, 2026, recognizing his service as part of the local Veterans Tribute Series. Russ Tedeschi has the full story.
At the town hall in Ballston Spa, a small crowd gathered on August 4, 2026, as News Channel 13 presented a tribute to Sergeant John Herkert. The Air Force veteran, who spent more than 2 decades in service, stepped onto the stage and received a ceremonial salute. City officials handed him a plaque that highlighted his deployments overseas and his post-military work mentoring youth. Fellow veterans in the audience nodded, recalling the quiet dedication he showed during joint training exercises. The ceremony was part of a broader series by the station to honor local service members, each event featuring personal stories and community recognition. The honor underscored the town's ongoing respect for those who served. Russ Tedeschi, GMNA News, Ballston Spa.
Let's get a look at your evening forecast with our meteorologist for tonight.
Southwest jet stream drives today's lingering heat, while high pressure locks calm skies over Saratoga Springs. On this date, the all-time high reached 93 degrees back in 2016, a blistering peak that rode the tail end of a regional heat wave. The all-time low sits at 52 degrees, recorded in 2013 during an unusually sharp Arctic dip that slammed the Hudson Valley. Normal August highs hover around 84 with lows near 59, so even our record high sits 9 degrees above average, while the record low is roughly 7 degrees below the norm. Those extremes remind us how flexible the local climate can be. The live radar shows a broad swath of clear returns across the Capital District, with no precipitation cells in sight. A weak mid-level ridge keeps moisture out, and the southwest jet at 67 miles per hour merely steers dry air overhead. With high pressure steady, any stray showers would have to fight a subsiding layer already in place. Expect the calm to persist through the evening, skies staying mostly clear as night approaches. At 6 p.m., Saratoga Springs sits under a high-pressure dome that is holding steady, while a swift southwest jet at 67 miles per hour rides aloft at the 500 hPa level. The surface feels 84 degrees, a touch hotter than it reads because the dew point sits at 70, but the light 6-mile-per-hour southerly breeze does little to stir the air. With the ridge suppressing lift, clouds remain thin and the sky stays mainly clear through the night. The UV index registers 8, though the sun will dip below the horizon at 8:12, ending any lingering intensity. Winds stay below 16 miles per hour, so no wind chill or gust concerns. No weather alerts are active. Thursday brings a modest warm-up to 86 degrees with lows in the mid-60s as an approaching mid-level trough drapes a thick cloud deck, giving the region a 35% chance of rain. Friday's pattern deepens, pulling a slow moving low northward. Highs dip to 84, lows hold at 68, and the chance of precipitation climbs to 50%, with light rain likely through the afternoon. Saturday sees the trough weakening, clearing the sky for a high of 82 and a low of 68, though lingering moisture still offers a 35% rain risk. Sunday returns to classic summer clarity, 82 highs and 61 lows under a high-pressure ridge, with no measurable rain chance. Monday stays on the ridge, mostly clear with a high of 82, low of 61, and a modest 25% chance of stray showers. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic remains clear, the T. Tchaikovsky spectacular evening lights up the stage, and Yankees rivalry heat builds. Stick around, we will be right back.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Traffic remains clear across Saratoga Springs this morning. Interstate 87, US 1 and NY9P are moving freely with no reported accidents or slowdowns. The biggest change for commuters comes from the CDTA. Routes 451 and 452 have been replaced by the new Flex on Demand service, which is now operating throughout the city. Riders should plan to request a Flex vehicle instead of waiting for the traditional buses. Aside from that, there are no other transit disruptions to note. Looking ahead, expect the same light conditions this afternoon. With the roads clear and the Flex service in place, most trips should stay on schedule. Even the stretch of Interstate 87 near Exit 23, a bottleneck during rush hour, is flowing without delay. Expect a slight rise in vehicles near the Saratoga race course parking areas after the events, but nothing beyond normal.
The night sky over Saratoga erupts with cannon fire as the Philadelphia Orchestra tackles Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. It's a free-spirit, summer classic experience you won't want to miss. Tomorrow the same stage hosts Mozart and Mahler, again with the Philadelphia Orchestra and soloist Geneba Canny Mason, offering a lush contrast of Baroque sparkle and late Romantic depth. Later this week, the orchestra returns for a magical Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 in concert, bringing John Williams' beloved scores to life for families and film fans alike. And for the younger creatives, Paint It Your Way Art Camp is in session at the Saratoga Paint and Drip Studio, giving kids 2 days of hands-on painting projects, while the Next Level Summer Camp at Wilton Mall keeps little athletes moving with gymnastics and cheer. That's today's cultural lineup right here in Saratoga. And now here's James with sports.
Summer heat fuels the race, high school playoffs, and New York teams' battles. Tuesday night in the Bronx saw the Yankees promote 21-year-old George Lombard Jr., who instantly displayed slick defense and belted his first career hit, sparking a rally that helped the Rays withstand a late Rockies surge at Coors Field. Chris Sale took the mound for the Braves in a doubleheader at Citi Field, guiding New York's rivals to a 1-run victory over the Mets. With the trade deadline behind us, the win reshapes the NL East picture and adds pressure on New York's own clubs. Today's birthday series spotlights a legendary Yankee, diving into the career of a Hall of Famer whose impact still echoes in the clubhouse. The daily feature reminds fans how past greatness shapes the franchise's identity and inspires the current roster. The Giants entered their 7th training camp practice at the Greenbrier, with fans invited to watch. Coach John Harbaugh emphasized a chase for perfection, while all eyes remain on Odell Beckham's performance as the wide receiver battles for a starting role. On this day in 1932, Jacob Ruppert signed Babe Ruth to the Yankees, cementing a partnership that propelled the club into an era of dominance. Remembering the owner's vision highlights how front office decisions can define a franchise's legacy. Safety Tyler Nubin, a former Minnesota ballhawk drafted in the 2nd round, has yet to translate his collegiate interception numbers into the NFL. The Giants hope an opportunistic defensive scheme will unlock his playmaking instincts and solidify the secondary after recent free agency exits.
Ciao Bella, nestled on Broadway in downtown Saratoga Springs, just opened the Ciao Bella Collective, a bustling new marketplace. The space now hosts 15 local vendors selling everything from handmade gifts to pet products, and it adds a climate-controlled indoor dog park alongside expanded grooming services. This expansion turns Ciao Bella into more than a boutique. It's become a community hub where makers and neighbors gather under one roof. The collective not only gives shoppers a vibrant, climate-friendly retail experience, it gives local artisans a stage to grow. For Saratoga Springs, that means downtown feels livelier, and families have a fresh reason to stroll, shop, and let their dogs play together every day. Up next, Camp Sugar Plum empowers kids with a Lemonade Wars challenge. Then Flavor Flav drops by for a nostalgic 90s surprise.
Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Welcome back. Saturday's Camp Sugar Plum at the Sugar Plum Farm Foundation taught Roots Academy students entrepreneurship through a Lemonade Wars Challenge, building confidence and teamwork among young entrepreneurs in Saratoga Springs. Owen Prescott has the full story.
At Sugar Plum Farm, the foundation partnered with Roots Academy students to run a day-long camp that turned a classic lemonade stand into a competitive Lemonade Wars Challenge. Kids rolled up their sleeves, measuring ingredients, setting prices, and tracking sales on handmade ledgers. The hands-on format pushed them to make quick decisions, negotiate with peers, and adjust strategies when demand shifted. Throughout the afternoon, participants swapped ideas, learned basic profit calculations, and celebrated small wins together. Organizers said the goal was to give young entrepreneurs a confidence boost and a taste of teamwork in a low-risk setting. The event wrapped up with a group photo and a promise to return next summer. Owen Prescott, GMNA News, Saratoga Springs.
Hip-hop legend Flavor Flav made a brief stop in Saratoga yesterday, joining his nationwide nostalgia tour and drawing crowds downtown. Bridget Halloran has the full story.
Flavor Flav rolled into downtown Saratoga on August 5, 2026, stepping out of a black SUV near the historic Saratoga Springs City Hall. He greeted a modest crowd of fans, waving a gold chain and flashing the signature clock necklace that made him a hip-hop icon in the 1990s. The rapper announced he was on a regional nostalgia tour, stopping briefly to sign autographs and pose for photos before heading toward the next town on the route. Local vendors reported a surge in foot traffic as fans gathered around the sidewalk, and a nearby coffee shop played his classic hits on repeat. The stop is part of a series of appearances across upstate New York this summer. Bridget Halloran, GMNA News, Saratoga.
Thank you, Saratoga Springs, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's excitement around the Renegade win in the Jim Dandy Stakes reminded us why this town thrives on sport and community. I'm Marcus Dunfield, and I look forward to bringing you more stories tomorrow. Stay tuned and have a good night.